Hello everyone, this is the HappyAnimaidCafeManager here with another walkthrough episode for the game Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Taking quite a long time in the investigation for the second day of Rise of the Ashes, so anyway, let's see the events unfold. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's print. Type evidence. Retrieve from the evidence room. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's print. The luminal reactions, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprint on a white blood stain. But why was Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. To be continued, baby. No, the episode isn't gonna end. I mentioned before that's my first time coming that far, but this time I'm gonna say it's my first time coming this far. Alright, things are looking good. But everything I've learned so far remembered will show up in the trial. February 24th, 9:41 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in two different places at the same time, and the different suspect was arrested at other crime scenes. Lana. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But, Lana, don't tell me you. Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Besides, we discovered traces left by a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. You found Officer Marshall's traces? Blood-stained fingerprints to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Guy? What do you have to do, Mr. Wright? I mean, do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. That same day at 10 a.m., District Courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is. I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach criminal affairs from the prosecutor's office. The victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as a prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. To Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe in which way we should proceed with. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself, and that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Things are getting wild from the get-go. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Beacon, sir. My occupation is that would be murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is, sir, I'm what you call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions that those can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekin. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for his lack of enthusiasm. Crime report, sir! Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trying to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Gumshoe, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekin's family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. What is his normal duty? Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant any officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the head detective, sir. Oh my god. I'll give you some time to enjoy that one. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. Well, actually, I end up forgetting what the Blue Badger looked like. Months after actually a while after I watched the live-action movie Ace Attorney. But looking at this, I thought this was a jester or a harlequin. But an animal? That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After that award ceremony finished that day, there was so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed in here, right? There it is! I found it! This is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see, huh? But the number is 4989596. It's shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time. Yes, sir. That is when I spotted the man on the security screen. ID card record. That added to the ID card report. Okay, it's been updated. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir! A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool and your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life. Then I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look like the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched the knife from him. You took his knife. I spun around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See, he must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of blood, and then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up in the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned them to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? Videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains the footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? That's actually some pretty good animation considering the game's this game's styles in terms of graphics and gameplay. So it's funny how the Blue Badger's music starts playing with all the violence that's going on. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that was the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Security video. Type evidence submitted as evidence during the trial. Yes, well, anyway, this thing seems to prove that what the witness did indeed encounter, someone, in the evidence room and some sort of activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly and complete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekin? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Mystery Man. Its face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do so. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people not as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or Mika! Hey! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim that the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you were positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do so. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too! How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir. From people in the know, sir. People in the know. The workers in the department cafeteria, sir, they keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic trouble, sir. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprints. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face! Sir! If I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was him. It was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust this knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state could testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense could find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not be Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, I propose we have the defense point out to us that this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It sounds like you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates that the man may not be Detective Goodman? Man, fuck you, Blue Badger. see a damn thing. If they only let me zoom in on the damn thing. I'm trying everything I can here. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, to be continued, baby.